Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The Honorable Mr. Farhan, as interpretative ready-made call and friend who I'm proud of. Here we from Group 5 will present the result of our work. Okay, Group 5 member of team Rosi, Novita, Rizki, and then Adinda, Kartika, and Anggun, Isnaini, Havianti. Okay, the first slide will be read by Adinda, Kartika.
Okay, the importance of speaking English. English nowadays has an important role in our daily life. It is the massive means of communication. Is there a strong argument which says that English will not give any benefit? Learning to speak English well may be the best way to improve our life. It seems all the people in the world have agreed to use English to talk to each other. About 1,500,000,000 people in the world speak English, while another 1 billion are still learning English. If we can communicate in English, we can contact people from all over the world. We can talk about our ideas and opinions on internet discussion groups. We can chat with other interesting people to learn about their life and culture. If we can communicate in English, we can travel more easily. English is spoken in more than 100 countries. If we lost, we can ask directions or ask for help. Who knows, English will save our lives somewhere someday. That is why we should make every effort possible to find somebody to speak with. Where can we find people who can speak English with us? We can find them at school, shopping malls, tourist destinations, etc. Above all, don't be afraid to speak English. We must try to speak even if we make mistakes. We cannot learn without mistakes. So speak English as much as possible. Hartatory exposition is a type of persuasive English text. The purpose of this text is to explain to the reader about something that may or may not be done. Example, speaking English as much as possible. This is an example about something that may be done. This type of text can usually be found in scientific journals, magazines, articles, newspapers, academic speech, and scientific books. The benefit that can be obtained after reading this text is that we can know how important it is to speak English. The structures of the hortatory exposition text is as follows. Number 1, thesis, announcement of an issue concern. Example of the thesis from the text is highlight green color. Number 2, arguments. Here the author includes recommendation, opinion from other people or trusted sources to support the opinions that have been written at the beginning. Examples of argument has been highlighted with orange color. Number 3, recommendation, statement of what ought or ought not to happen. The examples of recommendation has been highlighted with purple color. Language features of hortatory exposition text is as follows. Number 1, using simple present tense. Example, it is the massive means of communication. We can talk, we can travel more easily, etc. Number 2, using models. If we can communicate in English, English will save our life somewhere someday. That is why we should make every effort possible to find somebody to speak with. We must try to speak. The example of models is the word that bold. Number 3, using abstract noun to learn about their life and cultures. Life and cultures is the examples of abstract noun. Number 4, using adverb. Above all, don't be afraid to speak English. The word above is the examples of adverb that express where. English will save our life or must somewhere someday. The, the examples of adverb is someday that express time. Number 5, using action verb. Communicate, talk, and ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, teacher. The next slide, parried me. Why shouldn't I drink? Even though it is illegal to drink alcohol in the United States until you are 21, and in Canada you are 19, 18 in Quebec, most can get access to alcohol or will at least be exposed to it or have friends who drink. It is therefore up to you to make a decision whether to drink. Deciding to drink can have many harmful consequences. Usually, younger turn under 16 are neither mentally nor physically developed enough to handle a strong drug like alcohol. Also, the earlier that one begins drinking, the more likely they are to have problems with alcohol later in life. Although most then drink alcohol in order to fit in and look cool, they often end up doing foolish things due to the fact that they are drunk and might end up being embarrassed the next day or having done or said something that they regret. Also, the next day you will suffer a hangover, which is not fun and includes upset stomach, headache, dizziness, and sensitivity to light and sound. Drinking might begin to interfere with your social life, sport, and school work. Also, your parents will most likely disapprove of your drinking, and this could result in punishment and grounding. As well, it has been said that teens who drink end up being more sexually active and having more appropriate sex with partners that they do not know as well. This may result in pregnancy and STD, which could then end up in death. People often say that they drink to escape from their problems, but, it is a proven fact that drinking only leads to more problems, especially problems with the law. In fact, research show that 32% of teens under 18 who are in long-term juvenile detention center were under the influence of alcohol at the time of their crime and or arrest. Also, teens who drink might get seriously hurt of Havianti. Over 38% of all drowning deaths are alcohol-related. Use of alcohol greatly increases the chance that a teen will be involved in a car accident, homicide, or suicide. If you do choose to drink, don't drink and drive or let your friend drink and drive according to murder against drunk driving. On one of the most popular prom night in as many as 62% of the traffic fatalities were alcohol-related. Long-term alcohol use can have extremely serious health consequences. Liver damage is a widely known consequence of alcohol abuse. Years of drinking can also damage the pancreas, heart, and brain. Heavy drinking can lead to malnutrition if alcohol is used as a substitute for food, or obesity if regular or binge eating is combined with the high calorie content of alcoholic beverage. Hartatory exposition is a type of persuasive English text. The purpose of this next is to explain to the reader about something that may not be done. Example, it is therefore up to you to make a decision whether to drink. This type of text can usually be found in scientific journal, magazine, article, newspaper, academic speech, and scientific books. The benefit that can be obtained after reading this text is that we can know the negative effect of consuming too much alcohol. The structure of the hortatory exposition text is as follows. 1. Thesis, thesis, announcement of the problem of concern. An example of a thesis using a green highlight. Argumentation. Here the author includes recommendation, opinion from other people, or trust source to support the opinions that have been written at the beginning. An example of argumentation using a orange highlight. 3. Recommendation statement about what should or should not happen. An example of recommendation using a purple highlight. Language feature of hortatory text is as follows. 1. Using general and abstract noun. Blah 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 the next day, or having done or said something that they regret. It is therefore up to you to make a decision whether to drink. 2. Using simple present. That then will be involved in a car. 3. Using models, or will at least be exposed to it or have friends who drink. Deciding to drink can have many harmful consequences. Drinking might begin to interfere with. 4. Using action verb, deciding to drink can have many harmful. 5. Using adverb. It's illegal to drink alcohol in the United States until you are 21, and in Canada you are 19, 18 in Quebec. Problem with alcohol later in life. Also, the next day you will suffer a hangover. 6. Using technical term. Deciding to drink can have many harmful consequences. Heavy drinking can lead to malnutrition if alcohol is used as a substitute for food, or obesity if regular or being eating is combined with the high calorie content or alcoholic. Okay, the next slide will be read by Rosi, Novita, Rizki.
Okay, thank you, Anggun. Importance of reading to children. Reading to children, the most important reading you can do. The importance of reading to children is obvious to every parent. Reading to children is one of the best ways to put them on the road to success, academically and personally. The American Academy of Pediatrics, or EEP, strongly recommends reading to children every day, starting after they are first born, because reading stimulates the development of the brain, language, and a closer emotional relationship with a child. You can start reading to children right from the moment they are born. Infants love the heart to voice of their parents. It doesn't matter what you read, just the together of your baby and you with you reading from where and will things are. The sport section or a cookbook is what counts. As your child gets older and can understand the stories you read, takes time to ask questions. Example, what do you think will happen next? Do you know what that word means? Which characters is your favorite? You can have her retell the story or make up a new one with the same characters. Reading to children is so crucial that parents should find time to do it every day. You will be surprised at how creative you can be at finding time to read aloud to your child. Read while waiting to see the pediatrician, having a great at a restaurant, waiting in line at the store, or cooking dinner. Instead of watching the news, turn off the TV and read aloud. You can read aloud in the morning before school and, of course, at bedtime. Read a story aloud while waiting for the bus or train or answer a bird. Make tapes of yourself or another family member reading stories and play them in the car on the way to school or daycare. Parents aren't alone in understanding the importance of reading to children. Good, good teacher read a lot in the classroom. Talk your child teacher to get suggestion for books to read a lot and observe the class to get tips on reading a lot. Make sure that family caregivers like daycare providers and babysitter also understands the importance of reading to children. Older siblings, relatives, and friends may also enjoy reading aloud. When your child is ready, encourage her to read aloud to you and the rest of the family. This will pave the way for a love of reading. Okay, so Hartatory exposition is a type of spoken or written text that is intended to explain to listener or reader that something should or shouldn't happen or be done, and aims to convince the reader or listener that something should or shouldn't happen. The social function of the text is to explain, convince, and provide information to readers, especially parents, about the importance of reading for children from an early age. It is even clarified with the topic, namely the importance of reading to children, so the reader are more interested in the content contained in the text. The text describes the importance of reading and provides some tips and tricks to the reader in assisting children in learning to read. The communicative purpose of this text is to improve reading for early children so that when they enter a higher school level, there is no license in reading and minimalist low knowledge. The targets of the writer in the text is the reader, especially the parents. Will The advantage contained in the text above are the remind or make parents aware that reading is important to be taught from an early age, making children more enthusiastic in learning and getting closer to the child. Generic structure text. Thesis include thesis, its parents' announce of issues of concerns, includes first paragraph, uh, especially in highlight green text. And then arguments, it present the reason for concern leading to recommendation. Include second paragraph for in the highlight orange text. And last recommendation, it presents the statement of what ought or ought not to happen. Include third paragraph until end. Recommendation in highlight purple text. From the analysis of the structure of the text above, there is some information that will confine normally. Things that happen in the text describe a problem that is happening now. The contents of the message contains in the text is to awaken and not just tell readers who are the word to parents that reading is very important to be taught in early childhood. The action that can be taken in the text above is to implement the suggestion given by the author. The main idea alone paragraph. The main idea of the first paragraph is importance of reading. The main idea of the second paragraph is argument from other people's opinions. For example, the opinions of experts. The main idea of the third paragraph is the first step that must be started in teaching children to read. The main idea of the fourth paragraph is the second step that take the time to ask about something. The main idea of the fifth paragraph is the third step that take the time to read every day. The main idea of sixth paragraph is the fourth step that parents approach teacher and other caregivers about reading tips. And the main idea of last paragraph is the last step that increase the love of reading by encouraging children to read a lot in front of others. 6. The described section is the way or step in guiding children to learn to read. The section is contained in paragraph 3 until 8. Next, language feature. Using evaluative word, for example, in the text importance. Using emotive words, for example, in the text crucial. Using temporal connective, for example, in the text start. Cause using temporal connective, for example, in the text start. Using cause and effect conjunction, for example, in the text will. Using models, for example, should, may, sure. Using mental process to state that the writer or speaker thinks or feels about something, for example, in the text enjoy, and using simple present tense and present perfect tense, for example, in the text, infants love to hear the voice of their parents, and you can have her retell the story or make up a new one with the same characters. Okay, thank you. This is present by me.
Okay, thank you. That's our presentation. If there are shortcomings and mistakes, we apologize professionally. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.